What does January 31st mean to you?
It's interesting because I remember that day so clearly 1 year ago. And I remember going to my appointment, getting up early, getting my kids ready, feeling frazzled as a, 20-week pregnant mom of 2. And I told Elise, I said, you can't come. I don't want to know the gender of this one. And I know you'll spot if it's a boy, and I don't want to know. And so I totally sent Elise on his way. I said, go to work. It's our 3rd baby. Like, you don't need to be there for this. I'll call you when it's over. And being in that ultrasound room and having the doctor come in and the tech taking her time, you could tell something was going through her mind. I remember it more vividly than anything. It's like I can hardly remember what my life was like before January 31st.
How has your loss affected your kids?
It's been hard to see this process. It's been a year. It's been a year since we found out. And once we found out his diagnosis of anencephaly, we weren't even sure how to handle it or how to tell our kids or what we should do that first day. Do we go home? Do we talk to them? My kids were with me during his appointment of me finding out his diagnosis. And I was hysterical and crying, and Eldise wasn't with me because it was just another appointment. And I felt like my kids had to know why I was so upset. They had to know what was going on, even though they are so little. And I didn't want to lie to them. I wanted them to be aware of the kind of spirit that their brother was and the kind of person that he was. And so in my belief system, it's that he was just too perfect for this earth. And I had been explaining that to them, and that they have an angel forever. And that has been the most beautiful thing that I could have ever taught my kids. And if I could recommend anything to any of my friends with small children, it is to talk about death and to make it not a scary thing, and to make sure that your kids know that there is a beautiful part to dying, and that we can honor these family members and these loved ones in such a positive way.
You sprayed it again?
I can't, Daddy.
Yeah, you did. You did a very good job. Look.
Smell.
You smell like brother.
You smell like brother. There are going to be things when you go through something like this that are unexplainably difficult. For me, it has been in Ars's room. I have a shadow box for his outfit that he wore, and it has some blood on it, and I haven't been able to put that shadow box together because I wasn't sure if I should wash this outfit or not. And it seems like it's just so silly, like just put the outfit in the shadow box and put it on the wall. But for me to, would he want me to wash it? It has blood on it. Is that hard for other people to see? I have a bag of blankets that we wrapped around him in those 6 hours that he was born, and they're still sitting in that hospital bag because I can't wash them. And it's just been this weird thing that I've had to go through. And so I've been reassured recently by friends that those things don't matter. You don't have to have an answer to those things. And if it's hard for you to do something like that, it doesn't matter if you think or someone else thinks that you should have washed the blood off of his beanie or whatever it is. It's like you do what's best for you. I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's going to be things in these trials that we go through that we can't explain, that are so hard and so difficult, and we feel like we can't go on because of that one little hang up. And I beat myself up over it. And I have a friend who's told me, I said it's been 8 months, and I haven't put that together. She said it's only been 8 months. There's no time limit on grief. You can't force yourself to be ready for something that you're not. And so just to give yourself time, I think, is really important, to be patient with yourself. And that is sometimes the hardest thing, is to be patient with yourself. But there are going to be hard times. And it's hard to see your spouse grieve. And it's hard to help someone grieving when you're grieving yourself. But luckily there have been so many times where we have been blessed. I just feel like the Lord has looked out for us in the sense where when Aldis has needed me, I've been strong. And when I've needed Aldis, he has been strong. And unfortunately, I feel like I've broken down way more times. I think that Aldis is so good at holding it together, but there are times where he needs me. And the Lord has blessed me to be able to be there for him and be strong for him. And we just happen to fall on opposite schedules when it comes to us falling apart. And that's been such a blessing. But having a good support system and seeking that out is key.
Where's his name? He moved again.
Everybody.
Miss you.
Wait, who loves him the most? No idea.
No, me.
No, me.
No, me.
3, 4, 5. Hey, with your nose, here I come.
There are days where I haven't gotten out of bed. There are days where my kids and I lay around and we watch TV and they eat suckers for breakfast and we're just surviving, and that's okay. And I strongly would advise anyone going through such a situation to grieve and to go through all of those stages, because they're so important and they're just going to happen. But at the same time, if you can keep busy, then do it, because nothing will make you go on and honor that loved one more than to show them that you are going to work hard in this life and serve others and love on your loved ones and, you know, do fun things. As hard as that day is for me, it is a day that has changed my life forever. And because of that day, I was able to carry one of God's strongest warriors.